Oh my god, oh my mama, I swear to fucking god, that nigga need a call, it's been a long time, that nigga been lit, and I fucking made a promise that I'm gonna quit.
So just how strong is Protea? Some may say it's not a frame worth using at all, which I find kind of contradicting for those of you who really don't find much interest in Protea. Protea is a great frame all around. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different builds you can do for this frame. Not to mention the aura forma slot here. You can use any aura mod. Like literally, they all are exactly like they all work. So like it's limitless with the ideas you can build on here. But how strong is the frame without modifications before we get into that? So we're gonna do a quick little run through of literally all the junctions with no mods. I mean, this really isn't like something that I would consider, important for veteran players. But like, if you're a new player and if you're like a pay to win player and you want to start off with a frame that's just easy, go through every one of these junctions and unlock your planets. I mean, I would definitely say Protea is one of those frames. So I'm gonna go through every one. I'm gonna show you. Earth Junction. Alright, this is the junction to photos. Alright, I don't want to make this video too long. So this is the Seba junction, the final junction. But like, literally you can run through every junction like this. And you can run through any level like that. Like, her fourth ability is pretty OP in my opinion. And again, this is without mods. So like, building her, I mean, you could build for power strength, yeah. But I've noticed with her frame, you really want a balance. You want her abilities balanced. I don't really care too much on duration, but at the same time, I do care about the duration. So I'll show you the setup that I have for her, and then I'll show you how it performs. Okay, now we're back here. So I'm gonna show you the quick build. As you can see, we didn't have any mods throughout those junctions. And I didn't do every single junction, I just did the first couple and then the very final one. So it's a cakewalk with Protea in general. Now, I like to use Rejuvenation with her, and that's just because I don't really have a big variety of aura mods for her. But in general, these are pretty easy to come by, and this is a no forma build. I'm going to be posting nothing but no forma videos. Like, you should be able to fit everything on her. So, I got her with the ability, efficiency, fleeting expertise. I would like specifically with her casting her first ability and her second ability to me are which you're going to be juggling between most of the time. The only time that I personally use her fourth ability when she rewinds time is if I'm doing like interception. I can move back and forth between those areas I need to go to. I could just run real quick take care of something, and then it rewinds me back to where I was. So I don't have to do all that running around. I gave rush for decent speed, adaptation. I mean, I honestly, in most frames, you really don't need this maxed out. Like you really don't. But I will say, on most builds, this is definitely a mod I highly recommend having in general, and builds in general. Like, you've got to make room for adaptation. Now, this is probably where I will keep adaptation. On my other account, I never really found it necessary to really max it out, but that will definitely help you out. It's pretty much giving your Warframe the same ability as the sentience. You adapt to attacks being thrown at you. Basic vitality, I still didn't max it out. I'm not planning on it. You really don't need too much. Like, a lot of people think having all this health and shield will make it easier for you to survive in the game. It's completely irrelevant. You really want to have your build set up for how you play with the particular frames that you set up with. She's got some ability strength I gave her, and then duration again, losing a little bit of range, but I just threw stretch in there. It's a flawed one. I don't have the actual decent one. Then we got some duration to fix, so my duration isn't as bad because of some of the corrupt mods. And that's the build I have with her. We'll go to Sanctuary Onslaught 60-70. I would rather show you guys arbitration missions, but haven't got those yet. Now, I'll also demonstrate in this video, like, really how to use this frame, specifically for crowd control and defense, with the set of mods that I showed earlier. Okay, so typically the first thing I do is I go ahead and I use her third ability because it will constantly give you energy over a duration of time. A quick area flee. And honestly, you could really use her and not even have the need for her weapons, as long as you keep your energy up with her third ability. You can just keep spamming. I've got enough efficiency to where it's not really going to take up a lot of her energy. Therefore, I can sit there and spam her abilities as much as I please. If I had a bit more power strength, it would definitely be stupid strong. But like I said, with Protea, it's better to have a balanced build on her, with the duration being the only part of her ability side that you kind of down tune, so the other three are a bit up. I mean, as long as you're able to spam her abilities over and over, I really don't see why anybody would struggle with this frame. I mean, it's stupid overpowered. I mean, look at this. But that's pretty much all I'll be showing you with Protea. I mean, her other two abilities, I mean, yeah, you got the rewind, but as far as usefulness, in terms of how many times you would deploy it and how often, I mean, it's a lot lower versus her first and her second ability. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.